Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Our speaker is a graduate of Doctor of Philosophy in Psychology with specialization in clinical psychology at the University of Santo Tomas. He completed both his Master of Education major in Guidance and Counseling and bachelor's degree in psychology at Tarlac State University. He is a registered guidance counselor, a licensed professional teacher, and a registered psychometrician. In 2011, he obtained 8th place in the licensure examination for guidance counselors. At present, he is the OIC director of the Office of Student Services and Development at Tarlac Agricultural University and holds an academic rank of Associate Professor 2. He authored a general psychology book and co-authored a review book for psychometrician board examination in collaboration with the Child Fam Possibilities Psychosocial Services. He has also written a number of research papers and has contributed in various publications and instructional materials on diverse topics in psychology. Recently, his research entitled Mental Health Status of Filipino Youth Living with HIV was published in an international Scopus Index journal, North American Journal of Psychology. The same paper was presented in the 56th Annual Convention of the Psychological Association of the Philippines held in Davao. In 2013, he presented a paper during the International Symposium on Education, Psychology, and Social Sciences and Health, which is held at Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Likewise, he has been invited as a resource speaker and facilitator in various special topics such as test-taking strategies, managing students' behavior, dealing with millennials or centennials, self-awareness, leadership training, team building activities, mental health, emotional intelligence, stress management in the workplace, work ethics, suicide and depression, and others. In addition to his current professional practice, he serves as one of the consultants of Child Fam Possibility Psychological Services in Quezon City. Moreover, our speaker is a national lecturer of the top-notch review centers in the country, which is RGO Review Center, where he handles review lectures for psychometricians and board where he handled lectures for psychometricians board examination. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Benny Samson Suleman.
Hello. Thank you, ma'am, for that very kind introduction. Ma'am, can you hear me loud and clear?
Yes po.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Loud and clear.
Okay. Naka-present na rin po ba yung presentation ko?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Ayan. So good afternoon, everyone. I hope you are all well. I hope you are all coping well while we are battling with the pandemic COVID-19 and while we are transitioning from the old normal to the new normal. So my task this afternoon is to give you a talk about mental health and well-being, which is very timely and relevant. Okay. So I think we can start the journey. No, let's start the journey of fostering mental health wellness, especially in this time of health crisis, by means of establishing the need to talk about it, no? By means of establishing why do we need to talk about mental health in this time of health crisis. Primarily because we are facing a threat or danger, and that threat or danger is COVID-19. Okay, and in any threat or danger, it is common, it is normal for us individuals to feel anxious or to feel stressed. Yes, you heard it right, no? I want to validate your feelings. I want to validate your reaction. I want to validate that stress and anxiety is common, okay? Especially we are experiencing a threat or danger. However, if this stress and anxiety are not managed well, they can actually lead to more serious mental health concerns. That's why we are here, for us to prevent elevating stress and anxiety to serious mental health concerns. And of course, no, we know for a fact that COVID-19 affects many aspects of our lives. It affects the way we perform our job as teachers. It affects the way you learn as a student. Actually, there is a major shift, di ba? From the traditional face-to-face classes, pero ngayon, flexible learning tayo. Okay? And if this pandemic also affects our economically, it affects us. So all these changes, no, brought or caused by the pandemic negatively impact the way we think, the way we feel, and the way we act, which are the major components of mental health. Therefore, there is a high need to talk about mental health in this time of health crisis. And that's the reason why we are here talking about mental health. But, okay, allow me to ask you a question muna. Okay? Siguro you can write your answer using the chat box to those participants na nasa Google Meet, and yung mga nasa Facebook Live natin, you can comment down your response. Okay? I want to know first your current knowledge, about mental health. Okay? So let's see if you have, what I call this, let's see how do you view mental health. Okay? Again, you can use the chat box for your answer. The question is, what comes to your mind when you hear the word mental health? Okay? You can use the chat box for your response. Okay, I'll be reading your responses. Okay, I'll be waiting for your response. What comes to your mind when you hear the word mental health? Okay, don't worry, tayo lang naman, kahit naka-live, okay? I will not be mentioning your name, don't worry, okay? Okay, one response here, sound mind. Thank you for that response. Okay, sige. When you hear the word mental health, what comes to your mind? Well-being. Okay, helps us to determine and manage stress, psychological and emotional well-balance, if how the person think and behave, how we handle our emotions, peace of mind, etc. And I'm so glad, actually, reading your responses. I am so glad that you actually have a correct concept about mental health. If I remember right, last year or a few years ago, nag-talk din ako about mental health. And some people have this misconception. They usually associate mental health to something that is unpleasant, to something that is negative. And I'm so glad, based from your responses, okay, you have a correct, nandun tayo, nasa right track tayo in terms of mental health, in terms of our knowledge about mental health. Okay, sige. So according to the World Health Organization, okay, mental health is actually a positive state. Okay, it is a positive state in which the individuals realize their potentials, can cope with the normal stresses of life, can work productively and truthfully, and able to contribute to the community. Okay, so based on this definition given by the World Health Organization, we can say that mental health is a positive state. Okay, we are mentally healthy if we are resilient. We are mentally healthy if we are productive, if we are truthful. We are mentally healthy if we can form positive relationship with other people. So that is mental health. Again, mental health is a positive state. Okay? One of the responses earlier is correct. Ang sabi, it's about our psychological well-being. Correct. That when we said mental health, it actually corresponds to our psychological well-being. Okay, this includes the way we feel, the way we think, and the way we act. Okay, so now, I want you to recall your reactions. I want you to recall yung mga thoughts, mga inisip nyo noon, yung naramdaman nyo noon, yung mga actions nyo, nung time na narinig nyo na pataas na ng pataas yung COVID-19 cases in the Philippines. Nasa Tarlac, may mga recorded cases na ng COVID-19. pwedeng iba sa inyo, pwedeng kapitbahay, or pwede sa inyo, yung iba family member. Try to recall your reaction. Natakot ka ba? Okay? Na-stress ka ba? Iniisip mo ba siya palagi kagabi na baka ikaw magkaroon ka din ng COVID-19 kasi may possible exposure ka sa taong may COVID-19? Okay? Lahat ng responses natin, lahat ng reactions natin yan are mental health related. Okay? For the students, ano yung reaction ninyo or ano yung mga naiisip nyo, ano yung nararamdaman ninyo? Okay? Ngayong nag-shift ng learning modality. Dati face-to-face tayo, pero ngayon, flexible learning, modular, tapos merong online class, tapos nawalan pa ng trabaho yung parents niyo, etc. Okay? So lahat ng reactions na yon are mental health related. Okay? Because our mental health includes the way we feel, the way we think, and the way we act. Okay? Another way to explain mental health is to look at it as a continuum. Okay? So we have the so-called mental health continuum. Okay? As you can see in the screen, the continuum includes 3 points. It consists of 3 points. Okay? We have the mental health point at one end, mental illness point at another end, and the mid-range or the midpoint is the mental health problem. Okay, let's see. The mental health point here is considered as the healthy point. Okay? Healthy point kasi nga mental health is a positive state. Okay? This person in the mental health point is resilient. This person is emotionally balanced. This person has satisfied life. Okay? Mental health, positive. However, this positive state can actually be affected by many factors. Okay? In this time of health crisis, the major factor is the COVID-19 and all the changes caused by this pandemic. Okay? And because of that, we experience mental health problems. And these mental health problems may include stress and anxiety. Okay? Guys, yung nasa gitna natin is considered mental health problem, for example, is stress and anxiety. If this is stress and anxiety na nasa gitna, okay? If hindi siya na-manage ng maayos, okay, pwede siyang mag-lead sa mental illness or mental disorder. Okay? So meaning, if we are experiencing mental health problems, our goal is for us to move sa side ng mental health and to avoid mental illness. Okay? That is why I am encouraging everyone, no, to be kind, no, to our mental health para maiwasan natin yung mental disorder or mental illness. And as I've said, no, there are many factors affecting our mental health. Okay? Allow me to share you this framework by Engel and Romano, no, the biopsychosocial framework. In this framework, it states that there are actually our mental health is a combination of biological, psychological, and social factors. Meaning, there is no single factor affecting our mental health. Okay? Our mental health is affected by combination of factors. I will give you one example. Okay. The first factor is biological. Biological. An example, my example is about depression, which is a mental illness or which is a mental disorder. Okay. For example, there is history, family history of depression, for example. Biologically, you are vulnerable. That's biological factor. You are genetically vulnerable kasi it runs in the family. But it doesn't mean na kapag may depression yung family, may history ng depression yung family, it doesn't mean may depression ka na din. No. Okay? Kasi there are other factors. Another factor is psychological. Okay. Psychological. For example, meron ka ng genetic vulnerability tapos mababa pa yung self-esteem mo. That's psychological. Okay? So mas natitrigger yung depression Kasi genetically vulnerable ka na, mababa pa yung self-esteem mo. Tapos, mahina pa yung social support mo. Mahina pa yung support system mo. Okay, so my point here, the combination of those factors could influence our mental health, not a single factor. Okay? Sige. As I said earlier, the major factor, okay, or the major stressor that we are experiencing now is the COVID-19. Okay? But the COVID-19 alone, hindi siya magti-trigger agad ng mental illness. There are other factors na pwedeng mag-integrate dun sa COVID-19 itself. Okay? So since the major factor here is COVID-19, according to Interagency Standing Committee, in any health crisis, it is common for individuals to feel stressed and worried. Okay? I think na-mention ko na to earlier. It is common for us to feel anxious. It is common for us to feel stressed because there is a valid threat. There is a valid danger. Okay? So I want to validate your feeling. Recognize that feeling because there is a threat. However, if this stress and anxiety are already overwhelming in a sense that they could already affect your usual activities, affected na yung usual activities mo because of the experience of stress and anxiety, then we have to do something to manage stress and anxiety properly. Okay? If this stress and anxiety are already overwhelming, then do something about it. Okay? So now, what are the signs? First, what are the signs that stress and anxiety are already overwhelming? What are the signs that my mental health is already getting bad? Okay? So try to check the following signs. Mental health check tayo, but do not diagnose yourself. Mental health check lang muna tayo. Okay? One of the warning signs that your mental health is getting bad is social withdrawal. Okay? Not because of the social distancing protocol, no? Kaya ka nag-withdraw from other people. Okay? Yung social withdrawal na yan, pwedeng online, pwedeng offline. Yung social withdrawal na yan, pwedeng face-to-face, pwedeng online din. Okay? Parang you started to isolate yourself from the significant others. Okay, you are avoiding social contact, both offline and online. That is a warning sign that your mental health is getting bad. Okay? Another warning sign is hopelessness. You are hopeless about your current situation. You are actually hopeless about your future. Okay? You're always telling yourself na parang wala nang pag-asa to. Hindi na yata ako makakapag-aral kasi nawala ng trabaho yung parents ko. Okay? So that is hopelessness. Another sign that your mental health is getting bad is sleep disturbance. Okay? Sleep disturbance, ideally we have 7 to 8 hours a night, no? But because of the pandemic and because of the many restrictions caused by this pandemic, medyo hirap ka nang makatulog. Pwedeng 3, 4, 5 hours na lang every day. And you are not sure pa kung nakakatulog ka talaga. That is a sign that your mental health is getting bad. Another sign is unable to get pleasure out of the things you used to. It's like, dati naman pleasurable sa itong activity na to, pero ngayon, not anymore. If before, for example, one way for you to relax is for you to read your favorite books, no? A book from your favorite authors, but now that's not pleasurable anymore. Okay? Another sign, feeling exhausted by little things. Okay? You get easily frustrated or irritated kahit ang liit-liit lang na bagay, parang ang dali mong ma-exhaust. Okay? For example, sa workplace, no, parang wala ka pang nagagawa, pagod na pagod ka na. No, as a student, parang hindi ka pa nag-start sa module, wala ka pang half page, pero parang pagod na pagod ka na. Another warning sign. that your mental health is getting bad. Okay? Another sign is difficulty concentrating. You look at the picture. For example, nag-online class kayo using the Google Meet, pero you find it difficult to concentrate talaga. You have many thoughts, you are bombarded by many unhelpful thoughts, kaya hindi ka makapag-concentrate. And the last one is appetite disturbance. Okay, another sign that your mental health is getting bad is appetite disturbance. When we said appetite disturbance here, it's pwedeng over or under. Para nawawalan ka ng ganang kumain. Dati, 2 cups of rice, ang daling kainin. Yeah? May extra rice palagi. Pero ngayon, yung 1 rice, minsan nga half rice, hindi mo pa siya makain. Appetite disturbance. Or, pwede naman pong over yan. Okay? Ang ginagawa mong diversion is to eat. To the point na sobrang dami mo nang kinain, that is also appetite disturbance. Okay? So those are the warning signs that your mental health is getting bad. Okay? So now, bakit mo, sir, dinidiscuss yung mga warning signs na yan? For you to recognize them. Okay? For you to be aware that when you experience this sign, there is something wrong. It is very important that you admit that there is something wrong for you to do something about it. Kasi when you keep on denying them, diba, hindi ka mag-a-ask ng help. Okay? Hindi ka gagawa ng paraan para ma-overcome mo sila. That's why it is very important that you recognize the signs. Okay? I will give you an analogy. Okay? Di ba kapag yung cellphone malulobat o yung laptop malulobat, merong warning sign yan. Okay? May warning sign kapag malulobat yung cellphone or laptop. Once you ignore the sign, anong mangyayari sa laptop or sa cellphone? Mamamatay. Hindi mo siya magagamit. Okay? Parang tayo din. Once you ignore the warning signs, okay, pwedeng mag-lead siya sa mas serious na mental health concerns. Dapat sa sign level pa lang, ma-recognize na natin so we can do something about it. Para hindi tayo madrain tulad ng battery ng phone and laptop. You recognize. That's the first step. Recognize the sign. Admit that there's something wrong. Okay? Sige sir, so after namin ma-recognize yung mga signs, anong pwede namin gawin? Okay? So this is the highlight of this afternoon's talk. Okay? So the mental health and wellness practices. Anong pwede natin gawin? What I will be presenting are actually self-help. Okay, na pwede natin gawin kahit walang kasama or pwede natin magawa with the help of other people, pero you can do these practices alone then. Okay? So, allow me to share this model that I personally developed. I have here the ROCKS model in promoting mental health wellness. Okay? ROCKS stands for R, relaxation, A, for activities or physical activities, C, for cognitive strategies, and S, social strategies. The ROCKS model in promoting mental health wellness. So let's start with letter R, which is relaxation. Okay? You know what? While listening to this talk na to, no, I want you to feel that relaxation state. Okay? Kumbaga parang, it's okay, no? Huwag tayong masyadong mag-guilty na minsan nagre-relax tayo. Huwag kayong masyadong mag-guilty. We all deserve to take a break. We all deserve to relax. And I know, meron tayong iba't ibang ways on how to relax. Pero check natin. Check natin. Okay? Yung way ko ba, healthy siya or hindi? Okay? Sabi ko nga, di ba, we have different ways on how to relax. Pero you have to analyze. Ito bang ginagawa kong relaxation is healthy or not? If not, try the following strategies that I will be teaching you. Okay? Relaxation is actually a quick neutralizer of stress. It's actually it's actually portable. Diba? Portable niya kasi for example, kung breathing exercise siya, nasa office ka, for example, lunch time or for example, break time, you can do inhale, exhale. Okay? These are actually quick neutralizer of stress. Okay? So ano ba yung benefit sa atin? What's the benefit of this relaxation strategies physiologically, biologically speaking, it increases levels of endorphins. Diba? The happy chemicals. Okay? So kapag nabuboost yung level of endorphins natin, it lowers blood pressure, it lowers fatigue, it improves quality of sleep and concentration. So yun yung benefit ng relaxation. That's why we have to take time to relax. Okay? So ngayon, I will be teaching you 2 relaxation strategies. The first one is the calm breathing exercise. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so better no, you follow this no habang bibigyan ko kayo ng instruction. Let's do it no. Let's do it. First, you have to sit comfortably with your back resting against your chair like that. Okay. Okay. And then feet flat on the floor and hands on your lap. Okay? So, ganun muna yung sitting position natin. Relax lang. Relax lang tayo. Sit comfortably with your back resting against your chair, feet on the floor, feet flat on the floor, and hands on your lap. Okay. If you are comfortable closing your eyes, better. Because personally, this calm breathing exercise is more effective. Mas nararamdaman ko yung impact niya kapag naka-close yung mata ko. Okay? Now, if you're sitting comfortably already, ang breathing natin is 4, 2, and 4. 4 counts, 2 counts, and another 4 counts. 4 inhale, 2 counts of holding your breath or pose, and then exhale for 4 counts. Remember, you inhale using the nose to your nose, pose it for 2 seconds or for 2 counts, and then exhale for 4 counts. Exhale to your mouth, inhale to your nose. Okay, remember, nagre-relax ka dito. Nagre-relax ka dito. Hindi mo kailangan itaas ng ganito yung shoulder mo. No. Okay? Breathing lang. Okay, susunod din basta maramdaman lang yung hinga. Okay? So you can do it, no? Ideally, you do this 5 minutes each round. Okay? And then every day, 2 rounds ang meron. 2 rounds dapat, mas effective siya. I personally do it lalo na kapag hindi ako makatulog. Okay? I do this calm breathing exercise. Okay? Better pa nga kung nakikinig ka ng relaxing music Pero make sure you do it mindfully. When we say breathing mindfully, ang iniisip mo lang sa moment na to, humihinga ka, gusto mong mag-relax. Humihinga ka, gusto mong mag-relax. Yun lang, ang iniisip mo. Lahat ng worries mo, tanggalin mo muna. Lahat ng isasubmit mo na requirement, tanggalin mo muna. Kasi yung 5 minutes na yan, deserve mo yan. Deserve mong mag-relax. Lalo na kung bombarded ka na. Okay? You take a pause for a while, and do calm breathing exercise. Ganun lang sa kadali. 4, 2, 4. Okay? That's a calm breathing exercise. You know what? Sa umpisa, awkward siya. Lalo na, for example, kapag sa opisina, no, nagaganyan ka na calm breathing exercise ka, sa una, awkward siya, pero once na na-practice mo siya, masarap yung feeling. Okay? Parang ibang skills din yan. Okay? It's like dancing or singing. Sa umpisa, parang awkward. Sa umpisa, parang ang hirap. Pero once na-master mo na yung skill, you will feel the impact of the calm breathing exercise. But you have to practice it mindfully. Ang iniisip mo lang, ang ginagawa mo lang ngayon, nagre-relax ka by means of breathing, by means of calm breathing exercise. Okay, that's the one thing you can do. Sabi ko nga, gusto kong ulit-ulitin to, wag tayong mag-guilty. Okay, na nagre-relax ka. Wag. Okay, because we deserve to relax. Lalo na ngayon. We recognize that as your teachers, no, to our students who are attending this webinar, we recognize that you are struggling. Okay? We recognize that even as faculty, lahat tayo nag-a-adjust, no? Kaya okay lang na mag-relax minsan. Okay? Huwag tayong mag-guilty. Okay lang na mag-relax. So take the 5 minutes for you to relax. Okay? You know what? This calm breathing exercise, mas effective siya kapag dadagdagan natin ng visualization. Nako, ang sarap ng visualization na to. Lalo na ngayon, hindi tayo makapunta sa mga beach, for example, di ba? Kung gusto mong mag-unwind, minsan gusto mong mag-travel, pero ngayon, restricted yung travel because of this COVID-19. Why not do visualization? Okay? Okay? Visualization is effective. Actually, these are effective kapag magkasama sila. While doing the calm breathing, you are thinking, you are visualizing of a calm and peaceful environment. Okay? So now, in terms of visualization, okay, it is important that you find a quiet place and close your eyes. Okay? Find a quiet place and close your eyes, and then think of a calm and peaceful environment. Okay? Habang iniisip mo siya, i-describe mo, i-feel mo kung ano yung sound niya, kung ano yung amoy, kung ano yung nakikita mo dun sa peaceful environment na yun, naramdaman, i-feel mo siya. Okay? So every time na na-stress ka, balik ka doon. Okay? Balik ka doon sa inisip mong peaceful and calm environment. Okay? Depende yan kung ano yung inisip natin na peaceful or calm environment. Kasi ako minsan, ang iniisip ko yung bed ko eh. Kasi my bed is my comfort zone. Okay? Inisip ko lang yung bed ko, tapos yung amoy dun sa room ko, parang nare-relax na ako. Or pwedeng kayo, it's a beach. For example, Boracay. Diba? So at least kahit merong travel restriction, kahit papaano, kahit na-visualize mo lang siya, parang napuntahan mo na si Boracay. Kasi nga, you want to relax. That is visualization technique. Pinaghalong visualization and calm breathing exercise, I am telling you, marirelax kayo. Okay? And better kung gagawin natin siyang practice talaga. Okay? Kung everyday natin siyang ginagawa. Okay? So that is calm breathing and visualization. Aside from those relaxation strategies, no, you can also apply the following. Sabi ko nga kanina, we have different ways on how to relax. You can listen to calm and relaxing music. Yeah, spend time with nature. Diba? For example, if you are inside TAU, no, parang kapag maglakad ka dun sa boulevard natin, makikita mo yung mga green na puno dyan. Ang sarap tingnan. Tapos dadaan ka ba dyan sa lagoon natin, ang sarap sa pakiramdam. Spend time with nature. Kapag relaxing sa inyo yung pagbabasa ng libro, then do it. Okay? Yoga and meditation, why not? Massage, for example, di ba? For example, pwedeng kung medyo, kasi you have to spend, no? Okay lang, no? Kung kaya naman, no? Kung kaya naman, for example, once a month, di ba? Massage, ang sarap ng feeling. So you can also use aroma therapy. Or pwedeng art therapy, or eto, maraming makaka-relate. The plantitos and the plantitas. Okay? We have the so-called plant therapy na. Okay? So yung mga strategies na pwede natin gawin, no? Para ma-relax tayo. Okay? Para ma-relax tayo. Okay? Siguro may magtatanong, no? Kasi natanong sa akin before ito. Sabi niya, sir, how about the retail therapy? Is it healthy? When we said retail therapy po, ito yung kapag na-stress ka, gusto mong bumili ng something for yourself. Oh, bili ko ako ng bag. O, bili ako ng ganyan. Okay? That's retail therapy. Sabi ko naman, it's okay once in a while. I mean, it's okay kasi you want to relax di ba? And you deserve a treat din naman kung meron. Okay? But if you are spending more than what you earn na because of the retail therapy, it's not healthy anymore. Lahat naman ng sobra, di ba? Kahit yung plant therapy, imagine, may nakabili ka ng paso, wala kang pangkain. Is that healthy pa? Di ba? So you have to check that. Kapag sumusobra, hindi siya healthy. So those are the relaxation strategies. Okay? Hindi natin nararamdaman, kapag nagre-relax tayo, minsan mas nagiging productive tayo. Parang ironic, no? Pag nagre-relax tayo, mas nagiging productive tayo. Why? Kasi kapag bumalik ka sa work, energized ka na ulit. Rejuvenated ka na. You were refreshed. Kasi nga, nag-relax ka na. So mas nagiging productive ka. Okay? So that's for letter R, relaxation strategies. Let's proceed to the next strategy. We have the physical. Isa. Letter A ito, no? Parang na-miss siya. Letter A for activities. Remember, RAC tayo. Relaxation are A, activities. These activities are the physical activities. Okay? Pareho ng relaxation strategy, physical activities, yung impact niya sa atin is also about our endorphins. Okay, ganun din, it improves our concentration, it improves the quality of sleep, no? It lowers blood pressure. So, dapat meron tayong regular physical exercise. You know what? That 30 minutes of regular physical exercise can actually boost our mood for 2 hours na. You imagine that? 30 minutes, pwedeng anong klaseng physical exercise? Pwedeng jogging, pwedeng walking, yung iba Zumba, nagzo-Zumba sila, it's okay, you know? So that 30 minutes of physical exercise can boost our mood for 2 hours. But make sure it is regular. Hindi yung kapag kung kailan mo lang siya naisipan. Bakit sa regular? Kasi, sa umpisa kasi, medyo kung nag-start ka pa lang, medyo mahirap, for example. So ang gawin natin, make it parang gradual. Pwedeng for today, 10 minutes muna. For the next day, 20 minutes. Next day, 30 minutes, until such time na yung 30 minutes, hindi ka na nag-struggle, ang mararamdaman mo na lang yung positive impact ng physical exercise. Okay? And yung impact niya, hindi lang talaga physical, hindi lang biological. Yung impact niya is really mental din. Yeah? Ito rin yung time na parang bombarded ka, tayo ka. Ay, parang ma-divert yung attention mo, ma-divert yung mga iniisip mo, do physical exercise. Okay? And we have to observe good nutrition. Okay? We deserve this. Okay? We have to observe good nutrition. Specifically, pwedeng leafy vegetables, fruit. Okay? Good sa health ng mga to. Okay? And as much as possible, we avoid caffeine and alcohol. Ito, maraming guilty. Maraming guilty. Okay? Di ba minsan, guilty in a sense that minsan pantanggal mo ng stress yung kape. Tama ako or tama ako? May tama ako. Tama? I mean, sumakit ang ulo mo, kapag uminom ka, iniisip mo, uminom ka ng kape, iniisip parang nawala yung sakit ng ulo mo. Ha? Hindi mo napapansin na once na nag-take ka ng kape or alcohol as one way of relieving your stress, mas dumadagdag, mas tumataas yung level of stress and anxiety natin. Okay? Kaya nga sabi ko kanina, yung iba yun yung way nila. Pero you have to check, you have to assess your ways. Healthy ba or hindi? If not, try other strategies. Okay? So, yung iba din, parang stress reliever yung chocolate. Yung iba, okay? Pag chocolate, dark chocolate, good for mental health, good for our health. Dark chocolate. Pero yung chocolate na usually kinakain natin, avoid. We have to observe good nutrition. Okay? Another one, in terms of physical, we have to take enough sleep. Ideally, 7 to 8 hours of sleep. Okay? So, ilan ng oras ang nawala sa tulog mo, sa tulog nyo as a student nung nag-start ang flexible learning. Ilang oras na may colleagues, no, ang nawala sa atin nung nagpe-prepare tayo ng LRT and performing other functions, no? So dapat kailangan parang i-target natin yun palagi. I-set natin, dapat for today, meron akong 7 to 8 hours of sleep. Iba yung feeling kapag nakuha mo tong sleep na to as compared kapag kulang yung tulog mo. Pansin niya yan minsan kapag kulang yung tulog mo parang parang ang dali mong ma-irritate. For example, nagtanong lang naman pero parang pumatay na siya sa tanong niya dun sa response mo, just like that, no? Kasi wala kang enough sleep. Okay? So dapat i-set natin yung mind natin palagi that we must have 7 to 8 hours of sleep. Okay? So that is for letter A. R, relaxation, A, activities, and C, for cognitive strategy. This is the third category of promoting mental health wellness. Okay? Cognitive strategy. So the assumption, letter C, cognitive. The assumption of cognitive theories, no, the assumption of cognitive psychology is that what we think affects how we feel and how we act. Okay? Our thinking affects the way we feel and the way we act. That's the assumption. Okay? So meaning, no, kapag yung thinking natin napalitan, pwedeng mabago yung feeling and action natin. Okay? So ngayon, I know, because of COVID-19, ang daming unhelpful thoughts, no? Ang daming mga pumasok sa isip natin na most of these are unhealthy. Okay? Unhealthy yung thoughts mo, kaya unhealthy din yung naramdaman mo. Kaya unhealthy din maaari yung ginawa mong action. Okay? Kasi connect ang mga yan. Okay? So in cognitive strategies, no, I want you to apply the ABC analysis. Okay? The ABC analysis. This is in the theory of Albert Ellis, no? The Albert Ellis ABC framework. Okay. ABC, A stands for activating events, B for belief, and letter C, consequence. No? Allow me to give you an example, no, para mas maintindihan natin yung connection ng thinking natin sa emotion and action natin. Okay. So now, I will example students, no? Ito na lang yung example ko. We have two subjects, no? We have Maria and Petra. Okay, we have Maria and Petra. Okay? Isa lang yung event na nangyari. Isa lang yung letter A. Pareho yung letter A. Activating event is the event itself, no? Yung letter A is that si Maria iniwan ni Mario. Si Petra iniwan ni Pedro. So pareho lang yung nangyari. Pareho yung letter A. Iniwan ng Shota. Okay? Then kapag triggered kayo ha, you can approach us kapag triggered kayo sa example, pero wala pong kinalaman to sa personal ng buhay. Kung in case man merong Maria or Petra dito, hindi ko po sinasadya. Okay? Ginamit ko lang po sila. Okay? Wala pong kinalaman dito sa personal ng buhay. Okay? So now, yun ang letter A. Okay. How about letter B? The belief. Okay? The belief. Okay. Letter A is the event itself, the antecedent. Letter B is your belief about the event. Okay, ulitin ko. Belief about the event. Okay, ngayon, magkaiba ang belief ni Maria and Petra. Ito yung belief ni Petra sa nangyari. Okay, sabi ni Petra, medyo mayabang, no? Itong si Petra, sabi niya, okay lang. At least ngayon iniwan ako si Pedro, makakatipid ako. Sabi ni Petra. Kasi hindi na raw siya maglo-load para lang i-text si Pedro. Sabi niya, buti na lang iniwan niya ako. At least ngayon, makakatipid na ako. Meron na akong pang-load para sa online class ko. Sabi ni Petra. Ganun yung perspective ni Petra. Okay, ganun yung belief ni Petra about what happened. Okay, that's Petra. Now, ito yung belief ni Maria. Sabi ni Maria, I cannot live without Mario. Okay, yun ang sabi ni Maria. I cannot live without Mario. Now, magkaiba ang belief ni Petra at saka ni Mario. And since magkaiba ang belief nila, magkaiba yung interpretation nila sa event. Meaning, magkaiba din ang consequence, which is letter C. So the consequence here is emotional or behavioral consequence. Let's see. Ano kaya yung consequence kay Petra? Okay? Positive or negative? Okay? Since positive yung belief ni Petra, yung naging consequence sa kanya, positive din. Etong si Petra, little by little, nagmo-move on. Okay? Pero si Maria, ang belief ni Maria, I cannot live without Mario. Okay? Ang naging consequence kay Maria, nag-suffer siya sa major, na-diagnose siya with major depressive disorder. Okay? So meaning, ang ulitin ko lang yung point natin, the same event, no? The same event. Bakit si Maria na-depressed, pero si Petra nag-move on? Kasi magkaiba yung belief nila. Magkaiba yung thoughts nila, yung interpretation nila about the situation. That's the basic of cognitive strategy. So meaning, kapag pinalitan ni Maria yung thought niya, okay? Kapag connect din niya yung positive perspective, okay? Pwedeng maging positive din yung consequence sa kanya. That's the ABC analysis. As part of the cognitive strategies, first, identify your unhelpful thoughts. It is common na meron tayong pandemic. It is common na ang dami mong iniisip about the pandemic. Okay? Baka magkaroon din ako. Okay? Baka mahawaan ko yung family ko, lalo na yung magulang ko kasi senior citizen sila. Marami kaming vulnerable, part of the vulnerable group sa family. Ang dami nating unhelpful thoughts. No? Now, kapag bombarded ka na ng mga thoughts na yan, identify mo if these thoughts are helpful. That's the first thing that you have to identify. Are these thoughts helping me? Okay? Nakakatulong ba sa akin itong mga thoughts na to? If not, proceed tayo sa second. Challenge your thoughts. Challenge your unhelpful thoughts. How to challenge your unhelpful thoughts? Question your own beliefs. Look for evidences. Challenge, question, dispute your own thoughts. Ang sabi ni Maria, I cannot live without Mario. Kung ita-challenge mo yon, ask yourself, paano ko nasabing hindi ako nabubuhay nang wala si Mario? Siya ba ang nagpapakain sa akin? That's challenging unhelpful thought. Challenging unhelpful thought. Okay? And then, kapag na-challenge mo na, na-question mo na yung belief mo, replace them. Replace unhelpful thoughts into a more realistic and helpful thought. Ano yung thought na mas makakatulong sa'yo? Okay? You replace unhelpful thoughts to helpful and realistic thoughts. That's the cognitive strategy. Okay? Sige. Para mas ma-experience natin, para mas nakaka-relate tayo, no? COVID-19. That's the activating event. COVID-19. That's the activating event. What are your thoughts? COVID-19. Okay? Ang dami, di ba? Ang dami, negative. Yung iba, baka mga dating participants ko sa ibang talk ko, sir, parang end of the world na, just like that. Okay? Sir, parang any moment, magiging paranoid ako, baka magkaroon ako ng COVID-19, etc. Yun yung mga thoughts. Are those thoughts helpful? If not, challenge your thoughts. Ginagawa mo ba yung safety protocols? Yes naman. Naka-quarantine ka ba? Yes naman pala. So replace your unhelpful thought to something that is positive. Okay? So that is for the cognitive strategies. Okay? And how about social? The letter F, the last, no? The ROC model, letter F for social strategies. According to Schimmelfennig in 2019, developing strong social support can help improve the emotional state of individuals. Okay? So now, if you are struggling, okay, always remember that you are not struggling alone. Okay? Always remember that you are not alone in your battle. This is applicable to the students, to the faculty members, to everyone attending this webinar. If you are struggling, always remember that you are not struggling alone. Always remember that there are people who are willing to help, that there are people who are willing to listen to your stories. Okay? So once you are bombarded with problems, once your mental health is getting bad, look for support. Okay? That's the first social strategy. Look for social support, especially from those people who make you feel safe and cared for. Look for support. It could be from a family member or it could be from a friend. Minsan kasi, you have this difficulty asking for support kasi baka iniisip nila na ang hina mo. No. Looking for support is not a sign of weakness. It's actually a sign of strength. Why it is a sign of strength? Because you are brave. You are brave enough to recognize that there's something wrong. That's why you are asking for support. Okay? we look for support. Mga students natin, baka inisip nyo, for example, hesitant kayo to talk about your concerns sa family members ninyo kasi ang dami yung agad ang dami yung iniisip agad Dami yung unhelpful thoughts agad Ayaw kong sabihin sa mami ko, baka isip ano naman ang sasabihin niya sa akin. Pwedeng iniisip mo lang yon. Okay? In this time of health crisis, in this time na ang daming mga stressors na nakapaligid sa atin, okay, you look for support. It could be from a trusted friend or from a family member. Kapag may support ka na, madali na yung second. Okay? Kasi may support ka na, may identified support ka na, now talk about your concerns to trusted friends. Talk about your concerns to trusted friends. Okay? As I said, there are people who are willing to help. Okay? They are willing to lend their ears to listen to your story. Talk about it. Talk about your concerns. I'm sure na-experience yun na yun na kapag, when you're talking about your concern, yung burden natin, di ba? Parang nagiging lighter. I mean, parang mas gumagaan. Gumagaan yung pakiramdam natin. Okay, kapag nasasabi natin, okay, you talk about your concerns. This is actually the initial and very important step for recovery. Okay, you talk about your concerns. Next, try to keep up social activities even if you don't feel like it. I understand there are some people na kapag sobrang bombarded na with problems, yung pagtayo pa lang ng bed, medyo effort na sa kanila yon, struggle na sa kanila yon. Pero, okay, if you want to have a if you want to be mentally healthy, okay, get up, okay, and engage to some social activities. Siguro for now, hanging out with friends, medyo restricted yan. Pwede namang bonding with your family members. Okay? Pwede, for example, tara maglaro tayo ng Jenga. Jenga ba yun, for example? It's like that. Try to keep up social activities. And there are many online activities ngayon. You can actually play bingo online. Diba? Those are social activities na pwede natin gawin in the new normal. Okay? And the last one, participate in volunteer work. Participate in volunteer work. Bakit ko sinama to? Kasi iba yung feeling Especially when you have your own advocacy. Okay? When you have your own advocacy, kapag nakatulong ka kahit papaano, gumaganda yung pakiramdam natin. Na kahit ikaw nag-struggle ko, I know I am struggling, pero nakatulong ako, it's something. Iba sa pakiramdam natin. Okay? So those are the social strategies na pwede natin gawin. Remember, you are not alone. Okay? And that is the ROC model. Pero, actually, complete na yun I mean, parang kung nag-order ka sa restaurant, andun na yung dessert, andun na yung main dish, nandun na yung side dish, etc. Pero kapag kulang ka pa din, may add-ons tayo. Okay? Ang add-ons natin is letter G and letter O. So, magiging ROC go siya. G for gratitude and O for optimism. Gratitude. We have to be grateful. Minsan, I think, I don't know if, parang minsan, parang kapag bombarded na tayo ng problems natin, we have the tendency to forget na ang daming blessings Pero nag-focus ka lang. Etong specific problem mo na to. Okay? Let us train ourselves to be grateful. No? Pwede, for example, in everyday, pwede natin isulat kung ano yung I am thankful for what for today. Okay? I am thankful kasi nagising ako. I am thankful kasi nakakain ako ng breakfast kanina. I am thankful kasi nakausap ko ng maayos yung boss ko kanina. Ang dami nating dapat ipagpasalamat. Okay? For my colleagues in the profession, I'm sure nag-struggle tayo sa pag-prepare ng LRP natin, etc. Yung nabasa kong article, sabi nga, we have to be grateful na before or na during and after the pandemic, may work ka pa din. Kasi there are some people na nawalan ng trabaho because of this pandemic. So yung point natin, ang daming pwedeng ipagpasalamat. Even to you, our dear students. Okay, pwedeng nag-struggle tayo ngayon. Okay? Pero hindi ka everyday mag-struggle. Hindi ka forever mag-struggle. Okay? We have to be grateful or yung mga things the positive things na nangyari sa atin. Madami yan. So we have to be grateful. And optimism. Optimism. Let us train our mind, no, to look at the brighter side of everything. Okay? Sir, ano pong brighter side ng COVID-19? Okay? Ano pong brighter side ng COVID-19? Ang brighter side is that ikaw, ayaw kong mag-dictate, no? Pero try mong isipin anong mabuting na idulot ng COVID-19 sa'yo. Anong skills, meron kang skill na na-develop. Meron kang na-discover about yourself because of COVID-19. Optimism. Look at the brighter side of everything. So that's the rocks go technique of promoting mental health wellness. And I'm sure no, this is for the students and also for the faculty members who are watching attending this webinar. I actually included this kasi ito yung isang factor na medyo na-stress tayo kasi this is a new setup. Okay? New setup tayo kasi dati face-to-face, parang yung ang tawag dito, yung space natin before is a public space classroom. Pero ngayon, we are working at a very personal space. Nasa loob ka ng bahay. Okay? So what I will be giving you here are the different tips, no? About working or studying at home. Okay? The first tip, designate a conducive workspace. If you're working at home, you designate a conducive workspace, free from distraction, free from noise, no? Basta kapag nagbabasa kayo, guys, so for our students, no? Pag nagbabasa kayo, nandun kayo sa space na yon, masasanay ka din. Na kapag nandito ko sa space na to, aral ako dito. Okay? But make sure it is free from distraction. It is free from noise. So designate a conducive workspace. Next, establish or create a daily routine. Para ding para ding nung nagpumapasok kayo ng face-to-face, gigising ka ng 6 o'clock, maliligo ka, babiyahe ka, pero ngayon wala kang biyahe. Maliligo ka, for example, tapos magbabasa ka ng 7:30 kasi may 7:30 class ka, mag-module ka, mag-online class ka, mag-break ka ng 10 o'clock or anong oras yung break time nyo, mag-lunch time ka. Establish a routine. Okay? So, parang ganun, parang yung routine mo everyday, pareho lang. Ang nag-iba lang, yung modality natin. Okay? Don't forget to take a bath kapag nag-online class, for example. Kasi kapag old normal, nililigo naman tayo bago pumasok, di ba? Parang ganun din ngayon. Kaya andun pa din yung routine natin. Kung yung class mo, for example, sa class schedule mo, 8 to 11, 8 to 10, mag-aral ka ng 8 to 10. Break mo ng 10 to 10:30, take a break ng 30 minutes. That's it. Establish a routine. Make a to-do list. Although I'm sure, no, ginagawa nyo rin to kahit sa old normal, no? Pero ngayon, mas kailangan natin kasi nga, eto, papakita ko lang, pagyayabang ko lang. So I have here, phone ko, ang daming parang dumami yung to-do list ko. Ang dami, di ba? Pag ginagawa ko to regularly, okay, sa phone ko, at least andyan yung phone ko, lagi kong gamit, makikita ko, parang i-remind niya ako kung ano yung to-do list ko, ano yung gagawin ko for today. To make a to-do list can also help you. Okay? Next, collaborate. In this time of new normal, in this time of pandemic, let us create a process of collaboration. Let's work together. Okay? For example, as a student, no, try to conduct some brainstorming din with your classmates, group study with your classmates. Pwedeng online din ang group study. You start to collaborate. You create the process of collaboration. The last time, I think August, we conducted a kumustahan with our student leaders, no? At ang isa doon na nakita kong best practice nila, you know what? May classmates sila na hirap sa internet connection. In-identify ng klase yon kung sino yung mga yon. Okay? Tapos yung nagsasubmit ng mga activities nila, yung classmate na merong internet connection. That's one of the best practices of the student this time of pandemic. So let us create the process of collaboration, even as faculty members. Diba? I think na-apply natin yan nung nag-prepare tayo ng LRP. Kasi merong mga teachers na pare-pareho yung subject na tinuturo. Pwedeng mag-collaborate kayo para kahit paano ma-lessen yung burden natin. So let us create the process of collaboration in this time of health crisis. And do not forget your self-care regimen. Dapat lagi tayo merong self-care regimen. Pag nag-self-care, it doesn't mean selfish ka, no? It doesn't mean na kapag nag-self-care ka, it doesn't mean hindi ka na nagiging productive. No, we deserve that self-care. We deserve that self-care. Okay? Yung ba diba after mo nag-work or nag-aral for how many hours in a day, mag-self-care ka. Pwedeng Saturday or Sunday, meron kang me time. Okay, don't forget your me time. Kailangan natin yan. Okay? So that is for some of the tips in working or studying at home. And what if, sir, yung sinabi mo, in-apply naman namin, pero still, okay, persistent pa rin yung emotional distress ko. Ano na po yung pwede kong gawin? Na-apply ko na lang, sir. Na-apply ko na yung Roxgo mo. Na-apply ko na lahat yan, pero still I'm not okay. I feel that I am not really okay. It's time for you to seek for professional help. Okay? When you experience persistent emotional distress, seek for professional help. When you experience harming yourself, seek for professional help. Okay, that's why I advertise here the telecounseling services of the Office of Student Services and Development. This is actually the teaser for the appointment of the telecounseling services of the university. So you can check the FB page of the TAU Guidance and Counseling Office, andun yung appointment form natin. So if you want to talk to your counselor, magpa-appointment na kayo. Okay? So ngayon, we recognize that all of us are affected by the pandemic. Actually, according to some experts, no, the next pandemic after COVID-19, the next pandemic is about mental health. The next pandemic is about mental health. So if that's the case, let us keep in mind that there is no health without mental health. Keep in mind that there is no health without mental health. So let's start caring for our mental health the way we take care of our physical health. And that is all for this afternoon. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you po.
Galing po.
Hello, do we have a question and answer portion po? Who will ano po?
Thank you very much, Dr. Benny Soliman, for that very engaging and substantial talk about mental health and well-being. The strategies and tips that you shared to us will surely help us to cope with the stress and worry amid this pandemic. At sana po ay makatulong din kami sa iba gamit ang mga ito. Open forum, if you have any questions po, you may send through the chat box or sa FB Live po. May tanong po ba kayo, dear participants? Parang wala na po, sir. Everyone is satisfied po siguro with your presentation. Thank you po ulit. May I ask Ma'am Mariela for the awarding of certificate po?
Thank you, Ma'am Precious. So, as a token of gratitude for sharing your expertise, we would like to present the Certificate of Recognition. As citation reads, Certificate of Recognition. The certificate is awarded to Dr. Benny S. Soliman for the invaluable service rendered as a speaker in the webinar series TikTok, Transformative and Informative Knowledge Talk for the topic Students' Mental Health and Well-Being on the 12th day of October in the year of the Lord 2020 via Google Meet, signed Arlene B. Tomas, OIC Dean of the College of Education, signed Dr. Max P. Guillermo, University President. Thank you, sir. Congratulations po.
Thank you. Thank you po.
Thank you, Sir Benny.
Yes po, you're welcome po.
Okay, so let us listen to the man behind this TikTok series, Mr. Marlon B. Espidaleon, the Assistant Dean of the College of Education and the co-veneer of this TikTok webinar series, for his closing remark. Sir?
Hi, good afternoon. Before I give you my closing remarks, let me remind the participants to accomplish or fill out the participants profile form because it will serve as attendance for this first series. Later, we will be posting the link to the evaluation form, okay, for your certificate of participation. Ayan. Okay. First of all, I would like to thank our dear resource speaker, Dr. Benny Suleiman, for not thinking twice to say yes to our invite. I commend him and his team for being active in giving webinar lectures on topic like what we had today. I must say that the topic is timely not just because we celebrate the National Mental Health Month, but also because our students need this more than ever, as they have been experiencing tons of pressure brought about by the pandemic. I hope that this simple activity will leave you a great impact in such a way that it could help you surmount all the challenges you have. Remember to always think of whatever you have learned from this talk. I would also want to express my gratitude to the following people: our administrative officials headed by our very own Dr. Max P. Guillermo, the TAU president, and the rest of the officials. Of course, our ever supportive dean, Dr. Arlene Valdez, the members of the planning committee and technical staff, and Sir Ruben, Sir Nigel, Sir JP, Sir PJ, planning committee, no, yung the people who are behind this webinar, no, Ma'am Mergy, Ma'am Prep, Ma'am Mariela, Ma'am Leia, Sir Rene, and our red staff, Sir Joji. Thank you, no, for your support. Finally, to the participants who came from different colleges and universities, thank you very much. No, watch out for the next TikTok series, no, because we have about 11 talks in this webinar series. So watch out for that. The next will be this Friday. It's actually the part 2 of mental health and well-being. So this time's for the faculty members. Now maybe we can post we can show the poster for that. Sir Nigel. Sige, tignan natin if we can present it here. So I hope that you have learned, a lot from this talk. There you go. Okay, thank you very much. Yan, up next, have your speaker, our very own Dr. Marian P. Villarreal. Will be the one to talk on the second part of the mental health and well-being. Ayan. So, God bless us all and stay safe. May we request your cam to be turned on for a photo op. Kasi marami tayong mga ngayon participants and most of them are students. No? Thank you very much for coming, for sharing an hour of your time today. Ayan. Meron ding bata na kasama. Yeah, I got a lot of takeaways from this seminar. Kasi syempre teachers are also bombarded with a lot of pressures. Yan, kaya very thankful tayo sa ating speaker dahil napakarami niyang na-share. And I'm glad that he mentioned about the biopsychosocial and siguro the greatest message that I have learned from this is that when you seek for social support, it's not really a sign of weakness, right? So that's a very powerful message to me. Kaya open up, no? Well, along with the TikTok, we also have our Edu Kamustahan. Yan, so you can join us there. If you're from Edu or from other colleges or universities, you can just like that group, and let's have some sort of virtual bonding. Ayan. Sabi ko nga, if you experience some problems about your modules, about your mga online classes natin, never ever forget, before you post it in the Facebook, it's better if you would talk to your teachers, negotiate, right? That's the best way to to solve the problem, because I believe all our teachers are approachable. They're approachable, and sometimes they don't know that what they're requiring you are already enough or even more than enough. No, kaya please give us a feedback, because that's a very important mechanism in order for this formal education to continue in the virtual world. Ayan, so yung iba hindi pa nag-open ng camera. Open na tayo for photo op. Who will take the picture? Sir Ruben, will you do the honors? This will be posted in our TikTok page or TikTok group and the
Sir,
official page.
si Sir Philip na lang po.
Sir Philip.
Siya
Yes. I'm so glad there are a lot of faculty members who are there ready to help us, rescue us from all these technical glitches. I myself is not really as savvy in terms of the use of Google Google Meet. I'm still trying, still learning. Ayan. Okay na, Sir Philip James. Yeah, just give us a cue if you would already click your camera on.
Yes,
I want it in Spanish. Uno, dos. Yung
Yes,
mga iba, hindi pa nag-open. Baka nakatulog yung Kasi kanina merong signs naka-tax talaga yun. I really would like to do that, Sir Benny. Ayan. Kasi holistic, holistic dapat yung holistic dapat yung approach.
Hello, sir. May I butt in?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, ay yung participants profile po natin, paki-fill out daw po. Nasaan na kasi yun, sir? Nasa comment box natin sa sa FB Live.
Hindi kasi nasa description siya sa FB Live.
Okay.
So nasa description ng FB page. Here naman in Google Meet, nasa chat box siya. So na lang doon, click na lang yung mga link dyan. And later, we will send you the link for the evaluation.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, Sir James, whenever you're ready.
Okay po. Paki-turn on na lang po yung mga cameras, yung mga di pa po nag-on.
Yan po, kahit hindi po tayo naligo, okay lang. If that's your coping mechanism.
Yan. Okay po. 1, 2, 3.
Can we have a wacky picture? Sir? Kaya pa ba ng film natin? Okay, kaya pa daw.
Kaya ba?
Wacky picture, okay.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Ayan, thank you very much, no? Okay. Yeah, Ma'am Prep and Ma'am Mariela, meron pa ba tayong ano?
Yes po, thank you very much, Sir Marlon. Bago po tayo maghiwa-hiwalay, may we remind the participants to fill out the evaluation po ulit. Nasa chat box po sa Google Meet and description box sa Facebook Live video.